I just read a little highlight of a highline and see, I don't know. I'm trying to find this shit and I can't find it nowhere. Like the man dancing inside the pool who were working it so hard. He was a white guy. If you want to go to geographics and demographics and shit like that, because you know you gotta describe somebody. Well, he was white. He had on him a little bathing suit, no shirt on. Body was cut real nice. And he was just working him. This is how you, whatever he was saying, I don't know. Dude was working it so hard, you don't be listening to what nobody's saying when they working it. No way. You just, I'm just saying, I'm 55. It's acceptable. It's okay for me to talk about my desires. And I want to sit down and I want my children and my grandchildren to know it's okay to know why you are attracted to someone else. It's okay to know what you like. But it's not okay to push yourself up on someone so horrible till they feel intimidated. It's okay to acknowledge to someone that you're interested in them, but it's not okay to harass them. And what's the harassing point? I guess if they tell your ass no about 3 times, you need to motherfucking listen. They always say that 3 strikes you out and shit, okay? And sometimes it's hard to hear because we so busy listening to what we want. We don't hear what someone else say, and I'm so guilty thereof. But what I'm trying to do is learn how to love me and adjust myself to the things that I like, and to learn how to respect another's no. No means no. Okay. And I want to keep moving. I ain't even trying to give him 3 strikes. You said no, okay. No means no to me, okay. So, and I want to have the power in my spirit to keep it moving. That's where I am. This bitch was over yonder talking about that something must be wrong with men who are attracted to big girls, like they call it. I call a motherfucking elephant big now. Now, when your ass get past a certain weight, you gotta be able to maintain your walking, your balance, to be able to get up and to take care of yourself. You gotta be able to go in case it's a flood. You gotta be able to go in case you need to get out of a house and you can hear it and you can't get up and go. And there are people that cannot get up and go. And it's because they might have suffered a stroke or something. But if you have not, if the doctor said there's no hope, you cannot walk again. But if there's a way, there's a will, there's a way. If there's a way, then work on the will to want to do it. And for us to be able to be mobile in our own home and around our own home. And when I get to getting a certain size, I ask myself, why am I gaining so much weight? And it do make my body feel different. And when I lose weight, it make my body look different and feel different. And then I be trying to just maintain that, get here and love myself regardless of how somebody else feel. Don't matter how you feel about me. It got to be how I feel about myself. It has to be how I feel about myself. And not to allow someone else to tear me down, break me down, and have me feeling so bad about myself that I want to kill myself or kill someone else. You said something that I don't like. Oh, well, you didn't threaten me. You didn't threaten me. I don't think they gonna kill me. And I don't, You kind of have a feeling when you feeling some type of way about somebody's body mechanics and their body movements, and you are like, okay, and their tone and so many things like that. It's been, I remember I had to go to court one time. The guy whose land I lived on, he made me move. And he didn't come and ask me. I just got a summons from court saying that I needed to move. And he just did not, he never even asked me one time. Had he told me I had to move then, I would have got the hell on. But he didn't. I had to go to court. And I'm like, why? Why didn't you just tell me that you wanted me to move? My situation was not that easy right at that moment. Only place I'd ever really known was Monticello, and I didn't have no money. I was living in a single wide trailer, and it was not easy. I had searched around. I wanted my own land. I had asked him about buying the land. He didn't want to sell me the little piece of land, so I wouldn't have to move my trailer. And I could not put my single wide into a trailer park in the county where I lived. It had to be like a certain feet out over pitch, and you couldn't buy a single wide anywhere in the county, and a double wide you had to have 5 acres of land. There was not a lot of jobs and not a lot of exceptional things to do in the county, and it makes it so you want to leave because it's not anything there for you. And looking back over history and seeing some of the things that I've experienced and lived while I was there, I feel like that's what a lot of the what y'all call them? What you call them? Aristocrats? Those are the wealthiest ones in the community. You feel like that's what they really want, and like a certain society of people just want it all one way. And that's how I felt. And then I look over here and I see people from my walk of life who I've known and socialized more with who treated me the same way. So that's like a double whammy. I really feel like I don't belong there. Then again, I asked myself, I said, maybe it was just me, because I was extremely energetic and I just like laughing and having fun and just being silly and goofy. I was around when a child is going to be outgoing and outspoken and true and honest and say exactly what it is they know to say and how to say it. And they don't mean no harm. And when people speak to a child might remember something. Your tone, your aggression, whatever it was that you said to that child at that moment, that might have made them know that you were not the one for them, to stay away from you. And a lot of times we had no choices. Some of them were school teachers. I'm quite sure shortly after the segregation, there were a lot of people who did not want to teach people who looked like myself. And then there were those who did not want to be in the company of those who are my color, because we were stigmatized with being the masses. He raped the black woman, and this is the house nigga right here, and she's the one who gets to stay in the house. So that puts a lot of people in the middle of bullshit that they ain't got nothing to do with. I'm just here. Don't matter what I look like, I'm here. Until I give you reason, then don't matter what I look like, how fat I am. It don't matter how many men out there, don't care how much belly I got. They know what's to do and how's to work it. They ain't can. And for you to say there's something wrong with them for liking someone like me must indicate that it is something wrong with me. And I take it personal. And I'm saying another bitch won't say that about another bitch. It must be a dude who's saying some shit like that, because I'm just saying. Ain't no hoe who feel like she ain't all of that all the time. We don't feel like we capital all the time. We don't. We don't feel capital all the time. Sometimes we feel like a fucking period and don't want to be bothered. And for you to say that something got to be wrong with a dude because he want a woman because she's overweight. Just, what is overweight? Can you get up and go? Is she mobile? Do the bitch cook her own? I bet that bitch can cook like for, and your ass is McDonald's. You that Happy Meal. You that Happy Meal, bitch. Go somewhere and sit down, Happy Meal.